So, good evening. How's everybody? I am Kim, and I am here with Fit Affair and Fit Affair in Motion. And this is Mr. Dave, I was going to say Saxofriends, which it is Dave of Saxofriends, but it's Dave Parks. How you doing?
I am so good, baby girl. Thank you for having me.
Having you, yes. Well, listen, I first wanted to bring him on and talk about how much he walks, because I just think it's outrageous how much he walks and the miles he walks a day. But then I was on social media and I was thinking to myself, okay, let me update, because I am having Fit Affair on January 10th, 2026. But when I went on, I saw the last conversation that you had with, was it Eugene?
Yes.
What's his last name?
Eugene Chapman. Yes, Eugene Chapman.
Right. And so when I looked at it, I'm like, and then I listened to it, I was like, this guy is good. He's even better at having conversations with musicians than he is walking. So I said, you know what? I started watching the one with Eugene, and then I went back and I watched the guy in Hawaii. I can't remember
Jason
all of their
Gay.
names.
Yeah,
Jason Gay and Brittany.
Yeah.
And I just got excited and I said, you know what? I think we need to know about you. I think we need to know those questions that you're asking them, which is, everybody is so interesting. And there's a lot to know about a lot of people that we don't know. And I never knew there were that many people who played the saxophone. I mean, you hear it, you hear ballads and you hear instrumental music, but when you live with somebody and hang out with somebody who plays the saxophone, who has all this purple and black flash up on the walls, plastered, and you're just like, how am I going to do a recording for Fit Affair with all of this black and purple on the walls? And I would just be so frustrated. But let me just see if I can start.
Yeah, it's different black and purple now.
Yes, it is a different black and purple now. It's Saxofriends.
Yeah.
So before we get started, and then I'm going to ask you again after we're done. So we're only going to take too long here, because I don't like to keep people for a long time. That's just me. So tell us where we can find Saxofriends and Mr. Dave Parks on social media.
Well, thank you for asking, Kim. Well, first of all, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Saxofriends, or you can look for Dave Saxoligist, all one word, Dave Sax. Get your mind out the gutter, Sax. Okay, it's AX. Okay, Saxologist on YouTube. Okay. And you can definitely find me on Facebook as well under Dave Parks. So thank you for asking me.
No problem. So if you guys do not know anything about saxophones, the horns, the I think you've had piano,
violin players. Yeah.
If you don't or haven't been into just the music and not the singing, not the voices, check out what he just told you, because I find it fascinating myself now. I'm even trying to play the piano, the keyboard.
You're doing a good job too, by
I'm
the way.
trying.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, man. Yeah.
It's kind of hard, even though I took lessons when I was like this little.
Right.
But I was so, I don't know, I just wanted to play by ear. I didn't have time for the, what note, the C, D. And so anyway, let's get into who you are. So, Mr. Parks, when did you get so interested in playing any instrument?
That's a good question. You know what? When I was in high school, actually in junior high school, I got turned on to John Clemmer and Roy Ayers and all those people. And so I first heard John Clemmer and David Sanborn, and that's when it sparked my interest. I wanted to play. I didn't play at the time because, you know, the change was kind of strange, you know, so, you know, I couldn't afford an instrument, and I wasn't really good in school, so I wouldn't have worked out too well for me. So I didn't play. And I started when I was in my early 30s. I bought my first horn around 30 years old.
You were 30. So was that after the Army?
Yes, after the Army, yeah.
The Army? Okay. Okay, so that was after the Army. So what made it the sax? John Clemmer just because that's what they were playing?
And Sanborn.
You never thought of any other?
It was the sax all the way.
All the way.
When I first heard it, like I said, like 8th grade or so, somewhere, some people up the street, they were, older people. And, at the times, I'm 15, they like 30. So, you think they're ancient at that time. And they were playing that kind of stuff. Jazz, like, I want to hear brass construction function.
Oh, so they were playing jazz music?
Yeah, they was playing jazz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they turned me on. When I heard Sanborn and John Clemmer, it was over.
I know it was over. My dad is a Grover Washington fan, so that's why I liked it when I heard it. But I actually, as you used to practice, I would find myself in another room just being like, okay, I like that beat.
Yeah.
So when did you first own your own saxophone, and which one did you own?
Good question. My first one was a Selmer Bundy, which a lot of people have started out on. It was kind of almost like the YES 23, which is Yamaha, which is a standard horn that everybody gets in school and it gets passed on. It has good value. So that was my first horn, though. I was so proud of it. It looked like an old Mark VI. It was kind of beat up looking, but it played well, though. So that was my baby. That was my first one. Okay.
And so when you were finally able to afford one, so where do you find these saxophones? Do you buy a used one? Do you get a new one? How does that go?
I went to the pawn shop.
You went to the pawn shop?
Yeah, a lot of people do that. I went to the pawn shop, and I found that Bundy for like $200. And he said it was in good shape. I didn't know. I didn't know. He said it was in good shape, and so I got it. I didn't play it because I didn't really know how to play.
Okay.
So I just got it and took it home and got a mouthpiece and started making some noise and went and got some lessons. And then from then on, I went on and then I started playing golf. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of put the horn away. So, one obsession at a time, you know how I am. So I put the horn down for a while, and then I got back. About 10 years ago is when I really got back into it again. Because I had one. I had bought one on eBay because I didn't have one those other years. I sold it and I didn't have one. So I bought a Chinese horn on eBay. And after that, it was over. I started buying horns again, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you have any, besides, I know you just said Sanborn, I know you said Clemmer, but that they cannot be the only highlights of saxophone players.
No, they're not.
Okay, so give me a couple more.
Well, I go back old school. Actually, it was funny because when I was talking to Eugene today, though, Eugene being an old soul, he brought me back. He was talking about Sonny Stitt and all those guys.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and at that time, I was listening to Hank Mobley, I was listening to Hank Crawford, and Oscar Peterson on piano, and people like that. So, and later on, Stanley Turrentine and Wilton Felder, the Crusaders, and then Ronnie Laws, and all of them came up, Richard Elliott and all of them. So yeah, it's just been a plethora. Another one big influence too, same as Eugene, is Everett Harp. And we saw him a couple of times at Spogatini's with Jeff Lorber. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the jazz funk soul, that's sax player, yeah. So
besides me hearing you do what you call long tones, and I know you play songs and all of that, where do you get to play your saxophone? I mean, you have like 15 of them. I'm exaggerating, but he has, I don't know that he's in double digits.
No, I just have 8.
Just 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my next question, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, which you probably won't. So how much are these costing?
Well, I don't. Well, the Cannonball. The Cannonball is my most expensive. That one was $3,300.
Okay,
that's my experience. Most expensive. The other ones were the one behind me, like the Jean Paul. That was like $800. And so that's my only professional horn is my Cannonball. The other ones are they're not Louis, they're Ouis.
Knockoffs?
Yeah.
Don't ever talk about Louis like
Yeah,
that.
I said not Louis, they're
Okay.
Uis. I said they're
Don't
Uis.
talk about Louis like that.
But I have some, Yannis and Yannigasaurus and 2 Yannigasaurus, and I have a Codworth Nitena. I love that one. That's a good horn, though.
Right. So I know this is a passion for you. So I want to ask you, since retiring, you've done nothing but spend time in this new room of yours.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know if we can pan this room, but if you guys see, this is Gadget Man right here.
Yes. We got a piano right there.
The keyboard.
Keyboard there.
He's got the TV. But we won't worry. I'll try to show you also a video of, I don't know what this gadget is right here. He's got microphones everywhere, but all I know is, okay, whatever this is that makes all kinds of interface.
Yeah, what makes it pre-recorded sounds and things and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
So sometimes I hear these recorded laughings and all this weird stuff going on in here. But so you made me lose my train of thought with this gadget room here. I walk in here, and not to mention, you have to creep in here because he now doesn't have to wrap it up. Like, he doesn't have to take it all out and then when he's done practicing, put it all together and in the cases. Now he can just let it just be free and wander. Just be free and wander. So all I know is when I come in here and I see these gadgets and the microphones, I'm like, shoot, I need to just be doing my Fit Affair videos in here and my Cute Lashes Hot Flashes and any other thing that I want to do, but he has yet to show me how these things work. Not to mention, he has this camera that's right in front of me right here that every time I move, it moves. So what brings on this passion? What else is going to come with Dave Saxoligist and Saxofriends? What else with this passion are you doing? How are you using it?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you for asking. Well, even though I named it Saxofriends, because, most of my friends, I got 4,700 people on Facebook, and probably 90% of them
more than me.
Probably 90% of them are musicians. So sax players, trumpet players, piano players. So my goal is I want more diversity. I've had Brittany Atterbury, I had Siobhan Jones, and I had Jeanette Gibson Davis. So I had 3 women. So I do want to have more women on there because I love women's stories as well. Because, musicians are musicians. And I want to reach out to even country artists. I want to reach out to a plethora of people because I just want it to be a place where we can talk music, and I don't care what kind of music it is. So
is it just somebody who plays an instrument, or are you somebody who sings? Or
singers too.
Everybody.
Musicians,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Musicians.
So any of you musicians who of these 4,700, go ahead, connect with Dave. I would love to hear the stories because I find them, and I don't call them interviews. I know Dave calls them interviews, but I call them conversations because I've been listening to his conversations, and that's what it is. He has such a easy flow of with anybody who he talks to. It's kind of like, how they say some people never met somebody who isn't their friend or something like that. I feel like I'm on Cute Lashes, Hot Flashes, and I'm always saying outrageous things. But anyway, Dave is somebody who you can just start talking to, and it's an easy convo. So I call them conversations. He calls them an interview. But I love the fact that he takes the passion that he's had for such a long time. I mean, I've known him for 6 years, and all I've known is that he has a saxophone in his mouth all of the time. And that's like a joke, but he does. And then he's got the golf club in his hand. So he's got some awesome and fun hobbies. So what else are you doing?
Well, I just said golf, tomorrow morning, Navy golf course. We going deep.
No, I want to know what you're doing with music.
Oh, with music. Well, I'm looking forward to the NAMM show next month.
Okay.
And I plan on trying to do interviews.
But what's the NAMM show?
The National Association of Music Merchants.
Okay.
And it's at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's probably over 25 years or so.
Where you go like all day, and sometimes is it a 2 or 3 day event?
It's a 4-day event. Yes.
4-day event.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where you get to go and you get to try you take your own mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And you get to try all of these instruments, something, and that will kind of determine, do I want this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this a cool one? Does it play the way you like it? Okay. So you've met a lot of people there, because I remember you go and then you take pictures with them.
Yeah.
Have you interviewed or spoken to any of them that you have on your?
Well, yeah, Jason Gay. I met him at NAMM.
Doesn't he live in Hawaii?
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Yeah. Wasn't that cool though? We went over there.
Yeah. We didn't see him though.
We didn't see him though, but it was cool that we were right over there.
Yeah.
But well, Adrian Crutchfield, I haven't.
Brittany, was it Brittany?
Yeah, that's right. Brittany too. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't she kind of come find you?
Yeah, she did.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Brittany was so nice. So yeah, she came up to me. Theo Wane was doing a thing with Mindy Abair and Grace Kelly and all of them. And she walked up, she said, "Hey, Dave, I'm Brittany." And I said, "I know who you are, but I'm just surprised you know who I am, though." She said, "I just appreciate you always reaching out and being supportive, though, so I appreciate it." I said, "Yeah, so thank you."
So with that, is it that they recognize you from your Sunday attire?
No, she's
because let me just say about the Sunday attire, he has just as many of his Sunday 10-piece, 12-piece attire as he does saxophones and gadgets. So I was just wondering if she noticed you from like your photos.
Well, she know I be G'd up too, though, outside of just doing the sax stuff, though.
But these are fun things that you have going on. But let me ask you this, because I know we've had this conversation and once or twice, and I usually get riled up with it. So when you're on, like mostly YouTube, and there's conversations happening and comments swirling around, is it like a positive thing out there? Because, when you have a hobby or you do something and it's like a passion or you just do it for the fun of it, there's places you can go and you guys all talk about it. I mean, I have mine on Facebook. I have some pages and you get on there and you have conversations and you pep people up and you encourage them. And so how is it in the sax world when you're doing that?
That's a good question. And actually, it's been pretty positive.
Okay.
Yeah, most people have, today the interview, it was like really, really great interview, Dave. One guy says, "I watch your interviews several times. I watch them over." And I was just like, I really appreciate, I always answer just like everybody else. I always acknowledge anybody that puts a comment there. I always acknowledge and I appreciate everybody that watches, though. But yeah, it's been positive, though. And so the artists themselves have been positive as well.
And the biggest reason why I ask that is because everyone who has an instrument that they play or they're at their certain level or experience. So sometimes when you are on there, some people are kind of like more shy to ask a question because it's like you don't think it's like an important question or a good question, or you don't want to get like kind of some criticism or things like that. So that's good if everything's on there positive. I think it's a great way where you can learn things and you can be encouraged and inspired as well. So what part of doing these conversations, what part of it excites you the most?
To hear their stories.
I know. They are really good.
I love to hear their stories about when they started. Most of them started like Eugene when they were 9, but then you get people that say they started when they was in high school or after high school. You know what I mean? So it's compelling. And I like to hear the stories of who they played with. Like, I don't know if you remember at the end when Eugene said he just did a Soul Train cruise with the OJs. I mean, How cool is that?
That is very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. He named quite a few
He did,
people
yeah. Mm-hmm.
that he's been on stage with
Exactly. Right.
or played music with, which I think is really, really exciting. Who is somebody that if in the next like 3 to 5 years, just like in your wildest dream, or whatever, it doesn't have to be 3 to 5 years, in your wildest dreams, who do you want to be next to?
Who do I want to play next to? Play next to?
Yes.
Oh man, that's a good one there.
Yeah, I want to know.
You know what? I would love to play. Now I'm talking with another sax player. I would love to play with Gerald Albright.
Oh, that would be so nice.
I would love to just, he show me some licks or whatever, and just stand there and watch him though. He just, it's just so cool. And if, David Sanborn was here, I almost had a chance. He did a master class some years ago. Excuse me. It was $500. I was like, oh my God. Now it was only going to be for like 2 hours though. But that was a lot of money.
Whew.
But you know what I mean? But in hindsight, looking back on it, I wish I had done it though. A master class just to watch him or just listen to him talk about saxophone though. It just does something when you hear the masters. That's one of the reasons I love talking to these guys. Like I was telling Eugene, just listening to them, the passion that they have for the instrument, and being that I play, that I can, even though I don't play on their level, I know what it is what they're going for, because it's the same thing I'm going for. They just further along than I am.
Yeah, that's all.
That's what I love about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. So where he was 9, what were you doing at 9? Because you didn't start till 30. So are you Mr. Tennessee, I believe?
Yeah.
You're Mr. Tennessee.
Well, you know what? Yeah, we was just playing ball though, and then messing up in school and stuff. So I was doing stuff,
so
music.
But you were introduced to jazz. How old? High school?
I was junior high.
Junior high.
Yeah, junior high. Yeah. The people I was like 14.
Yeah, but you brought it a long way.
Oh yeah.
You brought it a long way. And so when you were growing up, that's what you were listening to. You walk around with earbuds in your ears 24/7. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'm just like, can you hear me? And I know I wear headphones and stuff when I go to PT and everything. So you can always really hear somebody. But who are you listening to the most?
A lot of times, on my playlist, I'm listening to John Clemmer. I'm listening to Ledisi. I love Ledisi. Mm-hmm. I love to listen to Ledisi. I'm listening to Richard Elliott. I'm listening to Everett Harp. And, these YouTube things I got. And then some of the guys that I want to interview, like this guy named Rod Tate. Rod, if you're listening, I'm waiting. I'm looking for you too. This guy named Rod Tate. Rod is, he's done like 30 or more albums as a leader.
Oh, wow.
And he's great. So guys like him, I'm walking in on my playlist. Charles Thompson, who I just interviewed, the keyboard player, he's on my playlist. A lot of the people that I've interviewed, I listen to their music, yeah. Okay,
let's go back to the one who played a song for me.
Wake Campbell, yeah. Wake, where you at, brother? How you doing, man? My girl, appreciate what you did. You are my lady for her a few years ago, man.
I know. I need someone else. Someone else. Get a song going for me. Somebody teach me this keyboard. It's so frustrating. What frustrates you about saxophoning?
Gosh, where do I start? The saxophone is a very hard, like they say, saxophone is an easy instrument to get started on, but it's hard to get good on though, because there's so many things, and it's all about the tone and the embouchure, and any little thing, if you bite, you're sharp. If you too loose, you're flat. It's just a lot of stuff. Your air, don't run out of air if you don't breathe properly. It's a lot. And then the altissimo register, the palm keys are kind of whiny. They're hard too. So it's a lot. It takes a lot of discipline to play saxophone though.
I do. I think it's with a lot of instruments. I mean, I was in junior high school I played the clarinet. And I mean, I remember playing the clarinet. And, I remember, and I was going to ask you this, was when you said, yeah, the money was funny and like that with getting one.
Right.
But I remember when I wanted to play the clarinet, I have no idea why. Maybe because my dad liked Grover Washington.
Right.
I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
No clue. But my parents rented me one first.
Okay.
And I remember going over to the city of Orange. It was by the railroad tracks. There was this big music store. And I would go over there and I would get sheet music and all these things, knowing good and well I couldn't read one note. Not one note. I played by ear, clarinet. Why was I sitting in the first chair?
Okay. You picked it up?
Yeah, I can't now. I guess I'm too old.
Nah, you're not old. No, you're not too old. I'm older than you and I'm playing sax, so you ain't too old.
This little keyboard here is wearing me out. Like, I cannot get it. I mean, I can.
You'll get it.
But I'm not even putting my fingers in the right place.
Yeah.
That's frustrating for me.
Dwayne, if you listen to this, Kim and I need you to teach us piano. Dwayne from church, we need you.
Yeah, and it actually is like makes my joints hurt. Again, age. That's all that is.
Yeah,
darn age.
Yeah.
But so now that you said that, why are you trying to not say what you're really doing new with this saxophone, Mr. Retired Man? Is there something happening this Sunday?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? And I want to thank you, first of all, for always encouraging me to do that, because, you've been telling me for a while. You said, why don't you go ahead and do, because I was telling you, I told you, I put on my vision board that I would play at church. You remember I said I would play at church about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I could put on in 6 months. I was like, in 6 months, and then I changed it in a year, and then I just forgot about it. And then all of a sudden, over a month and a half ago or so, I make my debut at church playing. Never played in front of anybody but you for all these years, and I got out there, and it was so much fun, though. So.
Yeah, and it sounded fantastic.
You're playing again this Sunday.
It sounded good.
I appreciate it.
It sounded good. So, with that said, a couple last things I'm going to ask you because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So, what of all of the questions? Because you've read your questions to me a bunch of times. I'm trying to think of them. But of all the questions that you've asked with all the conversations, what questions were answered pretty much the same on every conversation? I'm just interested.
One, when I'll say, did anybody, give me one thing that somebody has told you that always stuck with you. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times guys will say, well, just say, make sure, be on time, be courteous, just like Eugene was saying. Do your thing, know your work.
Yeah.
Know what you're doing when you go out there. Don't just go up there. Practice, rehearsal, like they say, rehearsal is for, it's not practice. Rehearsal is for going over the stuff. Practice at home. Mm-hmm. Learn the music. So yeah, when the guys say learn your craft, though, spend time on your craft. Don't just show up and not know what you're really doing. Right. And I also, because it's so fresh today, what I heard Eugene, he was very clear when he also said, know what, if you're playing with somebody who sings, know their song. Yes. If it's music that they've given you, know the music. Exactly. Yes. And know it. And he said he played with someone who was no joke, and it was like, it was a she. That was a D. Sorry with a D. Her name? Doggone it now. Gene Carn. Carn. Okay. It was a G. Okay. Yeah, Gene Carn. And he was like, you can't step up there and just try to be like, oh, I know how to play. Yeah. None of that. Yeah. So what is one thing that you learned that you talked about that has become super valuable to you, besides what you just said, but really from hearing and where they've come from, mm-hmm.
their journey with, like, some have a managers, some don't, how they say, hey, this is not, super easy.
Right.
This is, and if it fits someone who's like, I don't have a manager, and I do this completely, this is my work. I don't have a day job.
Right.
So what have you been talking about to where you could use it literally every day, and how because you practice every single day.
Yes,
you play your horn every single day.
I do. Yeah.
I don't know when there was a time that you did not.
And then I take the travel sax when I don't have that, right?
Yeah, on cruises, we've got a saxophone. In San Diego, we have a baby saxophone.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, we had a saxophone.
That's right.
So what is the one thing, though, that of all your conversations that is some daily that has stuck with you that you could use, that's valuable? Not that what everybody else said isn't, but just one thing that really, besides what you just said, unless it's what you just said.
Well, you know what? One thing is when we made that thing about long tones, when I first started, and the guy told me, regardless of whatever you do, always play your long tones. Even Don Bell. Don, where you at, big guy? I still need to see you too, Don.
Where are you at, Don?
Call him out, Kim. Don
yes,
Bell.
Don. Call me his manager. You can call me his manager. You can call me.
Don the one and Bugs. Okay, I need you guys in here too. But yeah, Don always told me too, say long tones. And so I've already known that. And that's just something that if you know how I am, even if I don't feel like doing anything, I say, honey, I'm going to do some long tones. So I do the long tones every day, though.
Okay, so I'm doing this because with Fit Affair, and somebody asked me the question before, about 5 or 10 years, where could you see yourself? And my thing was, I could see myself with my group of Fit Affair folks, and you've been a great support of that.
Thank you.
Coming, and I could see myself in this big arena with hundreds of people, and we're just walking and doing some core and just having fun. Everybody's in it for the same thing, for the same train of thought. Where would be the most exciting place that you could play? If it were anywhere, just a fantasy, a dream.
Oh my God.
What would it be? That's mine.
If I could play anywhere in the world, I was him, I was one of these guys. The Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland.
Oh, yeah. That's our next trip?
Yeah.
Switzerland!
The Montreux Jazz Festival, that's an iconic place. And that's where all the guys back in the day, like John Clemmer and all of them, and Grover and all of them, the Montreux Jazz. It was like the Playboy Jazz Festival of Switzerland.
Okay.
The Montreux Jazz Festival, yes. That would be, I would love that.
Because I've never seen that on your board.
No, but that's, yeah.
Throw it on
Montreux.
there.
Oh, yeah. Montreux, yes. Yeah. They still have it, but it's not the same because it's straight ahead jazz festival. It's real jazz. There's no Kenny G's or none of that in there. It's just all straight, old school jazz. Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, no, it's not modern, contemporary. It's not.
I don't know the difference. So maybe what's the difference?
Well, the straight ahead jazz, the guys like Joshua Redman and Bradford and Marcellus.
Know any of those people. Okay, so those are the deep down.
Yeah, those are straight ahead jazz. Though it's nothing smooth about it. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
But,
so those are the ones that I wouldn't hear on just like.
No, you wouldn't hear. That's what we're talking, Eugene.
You'd have to play their music.
The problem with that music, like Eugene and I was saying, though, is there's not a lot of jazz clubs left around in the country that's just going to let you just come down and just play upright bass and just be boom, boom, boom. They don't do that. Now, you got to be able to play some covers, play some R&B covers, like Frank B and all these people doing. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it now.
Okay. The last time I went to a jazz club was in New York, and it was, years ago when I went with a group of ladies celebrating for the January birthdays. I can't remember what year, maybe 2001, 2000,
Okay.
2010. I don't know. But I remember we were in New York. Was it New York? We were in New York. So I remember the subway. We went to a jazz club and they were playing jazz.
Yeah.
That was the one and only time.
Right.
And I enjoyed it, but I
Yeah.
wasn't really into it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I thought it was really cool because it was when you go in, it was cold outside.
Yeah.
And when you go in, you going in, you're taking your jacket off and you're hearing this horns, and they had somebody singing too, but
Right.
it was like, it's like a nice, cool place to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is too bad that they don't have.
There's not as many as it used to be. Yeah, they still have a few,
Except
but not
Spaghettinis.
There you go.
You can go get it on there.
But see, even in Spaghettini, if you notice, they don't have a whole lot of straight ahead jazz artists there. They have Adrian Crutchfield. They have all these guys are jazz artists, but it's not the same though. You know what I mean? It's not the same as a jazz trio with an upright bass, a piano, and it's different,
The ones that you bring up on YouTube and you listen to.
Yeah, like James Carter and all that. Yeah, they don't do a lot of that. They do it on occasion, but for the most part, unfortunately, that kind of music just doesn't. There's not a market for it. It's not saturated. Let's put it that way. So that's why these guys like Eugene and Don Bell. Don's out there playing with Smooth, with the Sade and all that kind of stuff. You got to do what you got to do.
Don's good. I like
Don is great.
I love listening to Don.
Don is awesome.
Especially, in person.
Yes.
Yeah, I like going to watch him. I don't know where he is now. I think he said he's kind of far away.
He's at the warehouse, in Marina Del Rey. Yeah. We'll get around to him, though. We'll see him again.
Well, this was a good conversation. And I'm sure there's a lot more questions and I could have dug in a lot more. But I just wanted to know what journey you were on. And you're doing it because it's something that you absolutely love doing. Your passion is so real. It's just very obvious. I mean, Mr. wearing that hat all the time. If it's not the hat, it's the T-shirt. He does not miss out on an opportunity of anything.
Tie pins, that's right.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a sax shirt on right now. But this was so fun. But I just wanted everyone to know who the man behind who was asking all of the questions to some of the favorite musicians that he's been bringing on. And I know you're going to have some more coming on. Like who?
Well, Marion Meadows. Marion, how you doing, brother? I'm looking forward to talking with him. Yeah. Paul Taylor, Jay Boykins. All of these are, we're negotiating as far as, we're trying to find the right time to do these, though. But there'll be more to come. But those are some of the ones that I've been in contact with, though.
That's great. And again, I'm telling you, your conversations, they flow. They're very interesting. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep the gadgets coming because I think I could actually get to benefit from some of them. But I just wanted to get you out there so everyone could know who's behind the questions.
Thank you so much, Kim.
No problem. So we're going to be looking forward to Sunday, actually at Second Baptist Church in Westminster, and it is the Christmas concert. I don't want to get it wrong. It's on my story. It's not like I don't hear it and go every year,
right? But
I just know about it. So come on over, Second Baptist Church. It's in Westminster.
Santa Ana.
Is it Santa Ana?
Yeah, it's on Westminster.
On Westminster. Yeah. I swear that was Westminster.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get it straight. Second Baptist Church on Westminster in Santa Ana, and it's going to be this Sunday evening. So don't miss it. Dave's going to be up there doing his thing, and I know he's been practicing a lot.
Yes,
and he's probably gotten some good advice and info without everybody who he's been talking to even knowing that he's gotten.
Oh, yes.
So, and I know it's going to help you. And you know what? That's an awesome thing that you can learn through the conversations that you're having. I just think that that's a great thing. More power to you, dude. And I just think it's great that you're introducing music and an instrument that is so sexy, and it's very, very calming and relaxing.
Yes, it is.
And then you can get that saxophone that is just downright dirty. You know, I remember when we went to see oh my gosh, who did we just last see?
Adrian Crutchfield.
Adrian.
Yeah,
my gosh,
it's a bad boy.
Adrian, right? But what was really exciting? Let me just say this for me. Is when he came in playing his Christmas music, which I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But he got up there on the stage and he says, let me do it Atlanta style.
Exactly.
He came in there all smooth. Do. Oh, Silent Night. And then he turned it into a club.
He did.
So I just say the saxophone is so cool, and it is so sexy, and it's so relaxing, but also the way they get down and start playing and holding those notes and going high and taking it low, and I don't know, how do they do that low stuff? But I just think it's so exciting, and I love that you are bringing out all of these musicians. I said magicians.
They are magicians.
They are magicians.
They are.
These musicians who are, to me, really in the background, like somebody's singing and they're the music in the back.
Yeah.
But you just brought them all forward, and I think it's awesome. That's so cool. So thanks for that, and bring us many more.
Oh, thank you.
Bring us a ton more. I just love it. And
forward to it.
Yeah, bring us some freaking flute.
Well, hey,
go get Lizzo. She plays the flute and sings.
I'm trying to, I'm gonna get. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna get some of our guys. Dwayne.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Dwayne, Fred. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to them too. They ain't off the hook. Dwayne and Fred.
I'm sure they'll be happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them too. Though,
yeah.
So
they are.
They're musicians. They're out there.
And they're experts. So thanks so much. And this is I'll throw a picture if I can of this room that he's got here, and so you can see all of his gadgets. And this is where it happens. His Dave's Saxology and Saxo Friends, where you can find on Facebook and on YouTube. Take a peek, and please let me see if I can get this straight, which I could never do it on Cute Lashes Hot Flashes. Watch, subscribe, and what? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, so in your case, it's just subscribe.
Just subscribe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just subscribe. Saxo Friends and Dave's Saxologist. So it's been fun.
Thank you so much, Kim.
All right. Keep up the good work. And everybody who's coming on with him, thanks so much. He appreciates you guys. And you guys don't know, this is like a highlight of being retired for him. So thanks.
That was awesome.